Good morning, children. So, we'll continue with habitat and adaptation. So, habitat is a surrounding, okay, is a place where you live, and adaptation is a feature, okay, to survive in that surrounding. How do you make yourself comfortable in that surrounding? Is adaptation, right? So, in the sea, plants and animals are surrounded by saline water, that is salty water. Most of them use air dissolved in water. There is very little water available in the desert. It is very hot in the daytime and very cold at night in the desert. The animals and plants of the desert live on the desert soil and breathe air from the surroundings. Okay, the sea and the desert are very different surroundings, and we find very different kind of plants and animals in these two regions, isn't it? So let us look at two different, very different kind of organisms from the desert and the sea. So, which animal from the desert? A camel. An animal from the sea is a fish. So, the body structure of camel helps it to survive in desert condition. Now, here you have to underline because these are the adaptation. Camels have long legs which help to keep their bodies away from the heat of the sun. Please underline, children. Camels have long legs which keeps their body away from the heat of the sun. So when you have a long leg, you are away from the heat of the sun. No, body is away. Then this is the first one. Okay. Second, they excrete very small amount of urine. Okay, why they excrete very small amount of urine? Because there is very less water available, and because they excrete very less amount of urine, and also their dung is dry and they do not sweat. This is the adaptation. Yeah, because there is no water or very less water available. That is why body tries to keep the water within the body itself. Okay, it tries to keep the water within itself. So their dung is dry and they excrete very less amount of urine. This is point number 2. They do not sweat. You can either if you don't have anything to write, then you can write these as 3 points. They excrete small amount of urine. You can also write their dung is dry and they do not sweat, like 2 points. Since camels lose very little water from their bodies, they can live for many days without water. This is one more very important. So this will be your third point. Since camel, they need very little water, so they can survive for many days without water, right? I'll tell you some more. First we saw that camels have long legs so that they keep their body away from the heat of the sun. Then they urinate very less, they sweat very less, dung is dry, and also we saw that they can survive without water for many days. There are many more You can write their eyelashes. No, their eyelashes are so big that they help them, or they prevent the sand to go inside their eyes because their eyelashes are so big. Okay, plus next one is, it's not there in the book, but you can write these. Their hair color, and the hair color is light. Okay, so because of the light hair color, they are not black color. Okay, they are always brownish color, light yellowish color. So their light hair color, it reflects the heat. Okay, they store the water in the hump. They have a hump. Okay, so these are few more which you can also include. Now moving ahead, let us look at the different kind of fish. Some of these are shown in the figure 9.3. There are so many kinds of fish, but do you see that they have something common about their shapes? The first thing in the fish you will write is all of them shown have streamlined shape. They all have the streamlined shape. Okay, we know what is streamlined shape. Streamlined shape is a shape which is tapered. Tapered means cone shape at the ends and broader in the middle. Okay, so this was discussed in chapter 8, so we already know. This shape helps them to move inside the water. So this is first point. All the fishes, they have streamlined body which helps them to move in the water. Next, fishes have slippery scales on their bodies, and these scales protect the fish and also help in easy movement from movement through the water. So if somebody tries to catch him, then because it is so slippery, it just slips and just runs. So it protects. We discussed about this in chapter 8, that fish have flat fins and tails that help them to change the directions and keep their body balanced in water. So because of the fins and the tails, they change the directions, and also it helps them to keep the body balanced in the water. Gills present this is very important, present in the fish help them to use oxygen dissolved in the water. So here you have a lot of points, right? So what was the first point? Streamlined body. Yeah, streamlined body. Second point, see, this is streamlined body, then you have to write down the adaptation also. This is adaptation and how it helps, that also you have to write. Then slippery scale protects them and easy movement, and then you write the flat fins and tails, and then you write the gills present in that. Okay, there are 4 here. So we see that features of a fish help it to live inside water, and the features of a camel help it to survive in the desert, children. Yeah. So we have taken only 2 examples from a very wide variety of animals and plants that live on the earth. In all these variety of organisms, we will find that they have certain features that help them live in the surroundings in which they are normally found. The presence of specific features of certain habitat which enable the organism, please underline, this is the definition. The presence of specific features of certain certain habits which enable an organism to live naturally in the place is called adaptation. Children, you have to learn the definition of the adaptation as it is in the written. and as it is written in the book. Okay, please don't make changes. Adaptation of organisms differ depending on their place of dwelling. That is why fish cannot live out of the water and camel cannot live in the sea. Okay, now please underline, the place where organisms live is called habitat. Please underline, habitat means a dwelling, a place, a home. The habitat provides food, water, air, shelter and other needs to the organisms. Right. So several kinds of plants and animals live in the same kinds of habitat. So children, done for the day. Today we studied about the camel, we studied about the fish, what is adaptation and what is habitat. Right?